Hi students, today I am going to teach you clause. Yesterday we have also discussed what a clause is and how many kinds are there of clause. So yes, in yesterday's lecture we have decided or discussed that clause can be divided into three parts or kinds according to its functions. First clause, that is dependent clause, and the second clause is main clause. Main clause contains a subject and a predicate, and it does not require any other element to depend on. Means it has its own complete meaning, whereas dependent clause requires other elements or other structures to clear its meaning. Dependent clause can be divided into three kinds. First one, noun clause, second, adjective clause, and third one, adverb clause. We have also discussed the functions of noun clause. It can be used as a subject, object, and complement, and the second clause, adjective clause, can be used as a post modifier. Post modifier means the structure which tells us something more about the noun given in the sentence, but it must contain a subject and a predicate. This is a very compulsory thing for every clause, that there must be a subject and a predicate. And the third clause is adverb clause. Adverb clause tells something more about the verb used in the sentence, and adverb clause gives the answer of when, why, where, and how. So we are going to discuss some more features of these clauses today, and we will also discuss some questions which are asked in the examination related to this topic. See one example. Rahul is a good boy. He always helps the poor. Okay. Rahul is a good boy. Full stop. He always helps the poor. And in brackets, there is a pronoun or relative pronoun, that is who. First of all, analyze these two different sentences. Rahul is a good boy. Okay, this is the first sentence. He always helps the poor. This is the second sentence. Both these sentences contain clauses. Okay, Rahul is a good boy. This is the first clause, and if we include this punctuation mark, means if we include the full stop in this sentence, in that condition it becomes sentence or complete sentence. He always helps the poor. From he to the poor, this is a main clause, and if we include full stop it becomes the sentence. So clauses do not contain any punctuation mark, but sometimes we can use comma or hyphens in this one, but generally we do not use full stop in any clause. But if we extend this clause by adding any punctuation mark, it becomes the sentence. If we are adding full stop, question mark, exclamatory mark, etc., in the end of the sentence, in the end of the clause, that becomes sentence. So this is the basic difference between clause and sentence regarding its punctuation marks. Look at here. Rahul is subject of the sentence. Is his verb a good boy? This is complement. And I have taught you that to identify complement, first of all, we have to construct a rainbow structure between the subject and the element given after the verb. And it is and if it is possible, in that condition we ask a question of what and who, and if this answer is given to us by this element, in that condition we can say that complement is definitely there in the given sentence. So subject is verb, and we can construct a rainbow structure here. Rahul is a good boy and good boy is Rahul. This is rainbow structure. After that we have to ask a question. Who is Rahul? And the answer is a good boy. So this is definitely complement. See the next sentence. He is subject. Always. Always give the answer of when. And when we ask the question of what, where, when, how, and why, that is adverbial. So we can say that always is an adverbial, and helps is verb, and whom does he help, and the answer of whom is therefore. So therefore is object of this sentence. Subjective, adverbial, verb, and this one is object. Now look at this term who. Who is a relative pronoun. Okay, this is a relative pronoun. Students, this kind of questions are asked in the examination, so you have to consider all these questions which are going to be discussed here. Who is a relative pronoun, and who is used? This term is used for human beings. Used for human beings. So who is only used for human beings? If there is an animal or any other thing, in that condition we use which or that. But for human beings means if there is a male or female human being, for that we use who. Next important thing about who is that who is in the subjective case. In the subjective case. What is this subjective case? Subjective case, see here, this one is subject and Rahul is also a subject. Means if we have to use who, in that condition we have to remove only subject. We just cannot remove object or any other element of the given sentences. So for using who, we have to remove one subject from the clause of the given structures. Either we have to remove Rahul or he. There is only two possibilities whether we have to remove Rahul or we have to remove he. But we cannot remove Rahul from here, because in that condition the sentence will not be clear, because he has been used for Rahul, but Rahul is a required information for this sentence, because this is the nominative case and this is structure means Rahul gives the meaning of that particular boy, whereas he has been used for Rahul, and it can be clear that Rahul represents he or he represents Rahul. Okay, so Rahul, generally we do not remove first subject. Rahul is a good boy. Okay, first thing, we have written the first sentence as it is. There is no any change, but do not put here full stop. Now look at the given structure. This is who. And see, in the sentence there are two same things, subject and subject. Both these give the same meaning. Both these have been used for the same person. So who is going to be used for the subjective case? Now look at the subjective case. This one is subjective case. So we have to remove subject and we have to put there who, who. So he is going to be removed from here and it will be replaced by who. So who, after that full stop, we do not have to mention full stop. He has been removed or replaced by who, who, always same to same, no change, helps, no any change, the poor. In this way, this sentence becomes Rahul is a good boy who always helps the poor. Look at these two structures or two things. Who is used for human beings only and who is in the subjective case. So, who is always used for the subjects given in the clauses. Now see the next sentence. I have given a book to Raj. He is my best friend. In the brackets there is who. Okay, so I have given a book to Raj. He is my best friend. In brackets there is who. Same thing. We have to consider the elements. I subject, have given is verb, and what have I given? A book. This is object, and to whom I have given the book to Raj. This is object. So this is indirect object and this is direct object. His subject is verb and my best friend is complement. What do I have to do? We have to replace any term from this second sentence and we have to put there who. As you know that who is always used in subjective case. Okay, and in this one the subject is he, so we have to remove he and we have to replace it by who, and we have to put the remaining structures as it is. So first sentence, I have given a book to Raj and he is going to be removed by who, who is my best friend, is my best friend. So this is the answer to these questions. Now look at the third question, and we must always remember that the given relative pronoun must be after the noun or pronoun for which it has been used. As you can see here, it has been used for Raj and it is after the term for which it has been used. See the next sentence. My teachers gave me an award. They always inspired me. Inspired me. In brackets there is who. If we use the same trick here, we will fail to answer. We have to look at only this subject. My teachers is subject, gave is verb, indirect object, and this one is direct object. Okay, here this was direct object and this was indirect object. Okay, that is the opposite of it. Indirect object and direct object. Why have you written here? Because indirect object is always the recipient of the action and the receiver of this action is Ras. So we have to write indirect object, and this the thing which has been received is called direct object. The subject always is adverbial, as you know that this is giving the answer of when. Inspired is verb and me is object. So my teachers gave me an award. This is a separate sentence. They always inspired me. This is also a separate sentence. Now students, we have to use this term which has been used in the brackets, and this term is who, and as you know that who is always used for a subject. In the second sentence, what is the subject? Subject is only they. This is only in the subjective case. So we have to remove it and we have to put it near the word for which it has been used, and for which has been used it has been used for my teacher. So my teacher, this is the subject, and for my teacher, for my teachers, I have used they, so it is going to be used near the or just after the term my teachers. Try to understand it again. When we join two sentences using a relative clause, in that condition we have to replace the relative pronoun by its correspondent pronoun or noun, and we have to put it after the noun or pronoun for which this noun or pronoun has been used. Maybe a technical language, maybe little bit difficult, but when we look at the sentences or structures, we can easily understand it. Try to understand it again. My teachers is subject, gave is verb, me is indirect object, and an award is direct object. That is clear. No problem, I think. They is subject, always is adverbial, inspired is verb, me is object. Now look at WHO who. It is subjective case, and subjective case is always replace a subject. Subject always replaces a subject. This should be very clear in your mind, as the subject is they. So we have to remove they and we have to put it near the noun for which it has been used. For whom do we have use? For whom we have used they? We have used they for the teachers. So we have to put that structure here. My teachers. Okay. Now remaining portion, this one, because first of all we have to put this sentence they, sorry, who, this has been replaced by who, so we do not write they again. Who inspired me, inspired me. Who always, sorry, always has been left out from here. Always inspired me, gave me, remaining portion, gave me an award. So this is the answer to this question. My teachers who always inspired me gave me an award. We are going to solve some more questions related to whom. She hit the boy many people know him. In brackets there is whom. Now write some information related to whom. Whom is used for human being. For human beings. Second point. It is objective case. Objective case. If you are saying this is objective case, it means it will always replace an object. The elements of a sentence: she subject, it is verb, and to whom did she hit the boy? This is object. Many people subject, no verb, him object. Whom do many people know him? This is object, and whom is objective case, so it will replace an object, and the object is him. First thing, we replace a structure by the word given in the brackets and we put it near the noun or pronoun for which it has been used, and it has been used, him has been used for the boy, so we have to put it near the boy. Write the first sentence as it is: she hit the boy. She hit the boy. Now we do not have to put this full stop. After that we have to write here whom, because we have to put this near the structure for which it has been used. Whom, many, the remaining portion, many people know. This is the answer to this question. See the next question. I had him. He does not respect. He does not respect his parents. In brackets there is who. I subject, had is verb, him is object, he is subject, does not respect verb, his parents object. What do we have to do? We have to change this who, or we have to replace this who in subjective case. Subjective case is he, and we have to put it near the object for which it has been used. He has been used for him, so we have to put it near him. So I had him who does not respect his parents. This way we can write the answers related to who or whom. See some more questions. My uncle met Mr. Sharma His son studies in the USA. Okay, in bracket there is whose. WHOSE, whose. Write some information related to whose. This is used for human beings and animals also. So this structure can be used for human beings and animals as well as. Second thing, it is in the possessive case. It is in the possessive case, means it always shows a relationship or possession on something. My uncle is subject, Matt is verb, Mr. Sharma is object, his son is subject, studies verb, and in the USA is adverbial. Okay, whose always replaces possessive pronouns. This must be very clear in your mind. Whose, write one note here. Whose always replaces possessive pronouns. For example, his, her, my, your, our, their, etc. Okay, so if there is his, her, my, your, or our, in that condition, whose always replaces them. Here his has been used, so we have to remove his and we have to put there whose, and we must write this term near the term for which it has been used, and his has been used for Mr. Sharma, so we have to put it here. So the answer would be my uncle met Mr. Sharma. Okay, instead of writing his, we have to put here whom, sorry, whose son studies in the USA. Okay, so my uncle met Mr. Sharma, whose son studies in the USA. This is the answer to this question. So we have discussed that who always replaces a subjective case. If there is a subject in the given sentence, we have to remove that and we have to put there who. Whom always replaces objective case because it shows objective case, and after removing or replacing whom or the given objective case, we put that near the noun or pronoun for which it has been used. And the third one is whose always replaces possessive pronouns. We must know about possessive pronouns. If any pronoun tells about the relationship of any noun with another one, in that condition that is said to be in possessive case. If I say my class, it means the class which belong to me. Okay, if I say your future, the future related to you, because there is a relationship which can be shown by possessive pronouns. My parents means parents who belong to me. So this kind of structures are replaced by whose. It must be very clear in mind. I hope that all the things which have been taught to you have been understood by you. And if you still any doubt in your mind, you can ask me in doubt section. Thanks for watching this video.